You quite possibly just made the biggest mistake of your life clicking on this video, but you're here now. You're not allowed to click out. It's going to be difficult at times, but you will come out at the other end stronger. You may have noticed already that this video is quite a bit longer than my other videos about Neil Breen movies, and that's because for this movie in particular, I think you really need to experience the whole thing. I actually saw this movie in a sold-out theater, if you can believe that, in Sydney, Australia. My girlfriend surprised me with tickets, and we made a whole night of it. It was honestly a really fun experience. I actually made a video about that night here on the channel. I'll have it linked below if you want to check that out, and I've also got a lot of behind-the-scenes footage on my Patreon. If that interests you, that'll be linked below as well. If you've seen my other videos about Neil Breen's movies, I need you to understand you still have no idea what you're in for here. You know it's going to be bad, but you really couldn't possibly imagine what's about to happen. And there's really not much else to say about it. We have a lot to cover, so try your best to get ready, and let's go ahead and jump into it.
Is this Cade Altier? Mr. Altier, where are you? Are you on your way?
I haven't forgotten about the charity event.
So you'll notice right away and throughout the movie that he will just green screen himself over a stock photo with no consideration for perspective or scale or any of that bullshit. He's just going to be over whatever he wants to be over, wherever he wants to be over it, and that's the way it's going to be. Now this pissed me off immediately for a number of reasons. First of all, he got hit on purpose, and you can't convince me otherwise. Second of all, you know he's gonna end up being a superhuman of some sort, so how did he let it happen in the first place? Third of all, he did it on purpose, and I know I said that one already, but it's really stupid, so it's going on the list twice.
Hey! Get off me! Let go!
Now, there is some context here that's fairly ambiguous that we need to talk about. I don't know if this is the homeless person uniform or the mental hospital patient uniform. On one hand, it seems like a really odd thing for every homeless person to be wearing, but it also seems strange that they just coincidentally be wearing what happens to be the mental patient uniform. And it's also strange that the uniform for either group would be jeans, a gray t-shirt, and black sneakers. None of this is important to the plot, but nothing in a Neil Breen movie is important to the plot, so we have to talk about all of it. Uniform confusion aside, there's a guy that keeps showing up and grabbing these homeless people / mental hospital patients by their limbs and just sort of jerking them around a little bit, which, you know, don't do that. Also, what is he doing? Is he kidnapping them? Wasn't that second girl already at the mental hospital? And by mental hospital, I mean old rundown building that doesn't even seem to have electricity. We're not even 3 minutes into this movie, by the way.
Help! We can't get out!
Please, come on!
Help!
Help! Help! We're stuck!
The windows are down, Neil.
I'll help you. I'll follow you wherever they're taking you, and I'll free you.
Also try. Maybe you could just try a little bit instead of softly hitting the car and just trying to open the door, which I guess is unfortunately locked. If only there was another way to access the inside of that vehicle. Or if you could just pull the people inside the car out of the car through an opening of some sort.
Damn, we need to make this an even fight.
I remember being so angry about this in the theater because it's just about as low effort as you can get for something like this. He recorded himself throwing exactly one combination and just layered it a bunch of times over the scene. As for the others, I'm not sure if he hired them to come to the studio and get this footage, or if he just hired some people on Fiverr to put on a ski mask and throw a couple of punches and kicks, but either way, it's just absolute garbage. No sound effects, no progression, just the same clips looped over and over again for an obnoxious amount of time until all of a sudden all the enemies are just dead and he's back on the stairs again. And then the place explodes for some reason.
Ah, we just missed him.
I'm on my way. I'm running late. I just had to kill a gang of 10 kidnappers. By myself, using my superpowers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think I say this every time I make a video about him, but he actually cannot be a human being. He's just so unfamiliar with how humans do things. Driving a car, hugging someone, talking, walking, looking. It's all new to Neil.
Thank you for that introduction. I must admit, I haven't even seen the hospital building yet.
Oh, because you're just such a great guy with so much money, you don't even need to bother doing any homework to see if it's a legitimate investment.
But I have driven by.
No laughs. You love to see it. Also, did he drive by with his eyes shut?
I think it's a worthy project to take on for the sake of the patients.
Ah, the obligatory stock footage of people clapping in an audience that in no way, shape, or form resembles where he's actually giving the speech.
They are our humanity, and no emotional nor physical disability that they may have.
So he talks for what honestly should be an illegal amount of time and says nothing, so we're going to skip it. Now we cut to what is either a giant room filled with regular people or a regular room filled with tiny people, many of whom I have to assume were not in the same place at the time of filming due to the wildly irregular lighting on each individual person there.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the police chief around here.
Hi, I'm Dr. Megan Burns. I'm actually the director of the hospital here that's being redone.
And in what is perhaps the most unnatural bit of conversation in the history of films,
I'm Dr. Megan Kurtz. I'm the co-director of the hospital.
Hi, I'm Andrew with Child Protective Services.
How you doing? Detective Lee here with Child Trafficking Protective Services.
Oh, nice.
learn the occupations of a bunch of irrelevant characters for some reason.
Thank you, thank you.
Dangerous.
Excellent work, Cade. We're all proud of you. We back you 100%.
It's going to be important to remember that little bit right there for later. Not only does she know who he is, but she's proud of him and she backs him 100%. Put that in your little pocket for later. Little stupid ass pocket. Get a bigger pocket. Hey Neil, why is everybody so fucking small?
This youth trafficking is disgusting. We had 2 more last night.
Like, at least find a stock photo of an actual police station. There's no fucking shot that doesn't exist somewhere. This is literally just a random office. Come on, Neil.
Yeah, we're gonna stop this for sure.
You actually asked people to invest in this movie, and were apparently really picky about who you'd take money from. You should go watch Curtis Connor's video after this one. After this one. He tried to invest in the movie and Neil basically wouldn't take his money.
Get ready, we're going on a field trip.
So, like, how though? Why are there people here? It's an old, abandoned, mold-ridden, literally ruined building. Why is this a mental hospital?
Hey, get those things out of my SUV. Get them out. This one too.
That might be one of the strangest rules I've ever heard someone have for their car. No crutches allowed. What the hell, man? I need these to walk. Dude's already so drunk he thinks he's driving a parked car. Obviously not sitting down, but it's fine.
What the hell are you doing? Put that away.
Where does he find these people? Look, I'm not saying I'm some great actor or anything, but Jesus Christ, dude, is it mandatory that you have 0 acting chops to be in a Neil Breen flick? Like, what is going on with these people? And it's just like, man, please record more than 1 shot of these people doing something. I'm fucking begging you, dude. Just point the camera at these people for 10 more seconds and get 1 different shot. I guess there was no footage of POV car accident. He could have green screened out that window, huh?
There's no cell phone service. We need to get help. There's no damn cell phone service here.
I don't have not 1 ass-licking bar on this whole bitch-ass phone because there's no goddamn service out here. Now, we're gonna have to ignore just how angry I am that he's walking through this random-ass field in a leather jacket, because what you're about to see, and I am not exaggerating here, is the most ridiculous, out of place, unnecessary bunch of bullshit that has ever been put on a screen. There's really not anything I can say to prepare you for it, so just watch. This is real. This isn't some prank I'm pulling on you. He stumbled upon a fucking white tiger in the middle of a field and who the fuck knows where, and is fighting it. What am I even supposed to say about this? Was this whole movie like a challenge to commentary YouTubers? What the hell am I supposed to add to this? What, am I gonna make fun of it? And give him what he obviously wants? That's clearly what's going on here. Because I refuse to believe for a second that Neil Breen thought this belonged in this movie, or any movie for that matter.
Stop. Someone's coming. Stop. Get down. Let's go.
What do you mean, stop, someone's coming? It's a tiger! Why the fuck would a tiger care if someone's coming? What does it mean? That is footage of a regular tiger with a black and white filter over it. And I'm actually upset about that in real life, so let's just move on. Oh, so the tiger was her all along. You know, her. Her character. But like, so why did she attack him then? Do you see why this makes me so mad?
We had an accident with our bus in this country road. There's no cell phone service. Can you help us?
Of course I can. I've got a home over the mountain.
Oh, of course you have a house over the mountains, Neil. Fuck you.
Wait, isn't there a motel nearby?
No, I'm afraid not.
We don't know anything about you.
Right there. We don't know anything about you. Go ahead and reach in your little pocket there and check that out. Oh, you didn't put it in your pocket earlier when I told you to? All right, fine. I'll catch you back up. But next time I fucking tell you to do something. She was the one earlier talking about being so proud of him and backing him 100%. So which is it? And I only bring this up because, like, did he read his script after he finished writing it? Because she doesn't have to say both of those things, you know? So just don't make her say one of them and I won't be this pissed off.
I don't trust this.
Then stay here, dude. No one's making you come with us. I didn't edit that like that. That's from the movie. Everybody just freezes for a few seconds while Leroy Limgrabber appears to do his thing.
We need to stick together.
Hey, that might be worth mentioning to the rest of the group. What are y'all, bored? Is it super boring being rescued?
Follow me, we're almost there.
Yep, we were already doing that, you gray bitch.
I love this place.
Amazing. I just can't wait to get in there.
Oh, fuck you! Of course it's a castle! God, he pisses me off so bad, dude. I swear he lets 5-year-old boys write his movies. He's rich and has superpowers and lives in castles and hugs pretty girls and saves the world and fights tigers and drives a Lamborghini. Again, I didn't edit this like this. He could very easily have just used the establishing shot, but if we look very carefully here on the road, he's photoshopped everybody in real tiny so it looks like they're on the road down there. And boy, I gotta tell you, I hate it real bad. Hate it real, real bad. My face when I'm watching Neil Breen movies.
This is crazy. This is awesome.
It's huge. Whoa.
Size of this place.
Remember earlier when they were in that insane car accident and then a dude materialized out of thin air and tried to grab that dude's limbs a bunch?
Serious?
Holy cow. This is awesome.
Yeah, apparently they don't remember it either.
This place is so pretty.
I've never seen anything like it.
Me neither.
Everybody's just so impressed with Neil's house. Aren't you guys so impressed with Neil's house? I bet all the women there are in love with him and want to suck his dick and balls and have sex with him and stuff. And all the guys there want to be him and also secretly kind of want to suck his dick and balls and stuff too. Because he's just so amazing and this house is so crazy. Isn't he insane? Wow, Neil the God.
Look, I've got 30 bedrooms in this place. You're welcome to take them for the night.
That would be nice.
No! No! We need to stick together.
Fine. We're all just gonna stay right here on the carpet tonight.
You can't stick together in a room with a bed? Also, that's not carpet, idiot. My man definitely got his money worth on them green screen stairs, though.
You get back down here. You get back down here right now, girl.
Like, who does she actually think she is, though? Does she think she's that woman's mother or something? Snatching on her wrist and yelling at her and bossing her around? Why the fuck would she have to listen to you? And I'm sorry, girl? Also, gotta love Neil just frozen at the top there. Guess he didn't record enough walking up the stairs footage, so. Definitely don't like tighten up the shot so he wouldn't be visible or something. Probably best to just let him freeze at the top of the stairs for the remainder of the scene. Where are you going?
No, 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 no.
God. I wonder if he knows he doesn't have to freeze time to fade himself in. Like, you could let the old footage play under the footage of him fading in. And like, why does he only show up to grab people's arms and legs? Does he ever actually kidnap anyone? If I'm not mistaken, every single person he's grabbed is still accounted for, right? Again, didn't edit it like that. That's just how the movie plays. That's another one of his powers, by the way, car repair. I say one of his powers as though he doesn't just have any power anyone could ever imagine. But I have to say I'm a little bothered by how high priority fixing that dickhead's SUV seemed to be. Also, does the power only work on cars? Why not just use the power on the mental hospital and save yourself millions of dollars? Or use it on the patients for that matter, so there's no need for the mental hospital. I just feel like we have a lot of options being left unexplored here, is all. One minute and 43 seconds is how long this bullshit-ass scene lasts. And I don't think there's ever been a scene in a movie that added less to the movie. Why in the name of Satan's IRL actual fuckhole did we need to spend 1 minute and 43 seconds watching them all wake up and walk out of that room? And here we go again with this pressing their hands on windows that are clearly not there. That are clearly rolled down. I don't know how, I can't take this. I actually have to take a break or I'm gonna hang myself. It's just such an unnecessary thing to have them do. God, I hate it.
This is not acceptable. This is my money. I'm counting on you to make it right.
Hey, so back the fuck up off her a little bit though, creep. Okay, so we're about 30 minutes into this movie now. I know, shocking. And if you're not properly pissed off yet, I promise you will be soon. To say things are about to go off the rails would be understatement of the century. So just take another moment to take a deep breath and prepare yourself.
This is my money. What the hell's going on?
Well, okay, we're working on it. We're working on the whole thing. Trust me. It'll all be fine. We're working on all of it. It will work out. Please trust me.
This is Neil's idea of righteous anger. Do you understand that? Like, he's the hero in the movie, so he's always right? That means real-life Neil thinks this is an appropriate way to be acting in this situation. Yelling at the nursing staff who were just in a car accident because I guess the hospital is still in ruins a day after he gave his speech? How does any of this make sense? Unless you paid someone else who has your stupid-ass powers millions of dollars to fix the hospital overnight, you have precisely zero reasons to be upset. Especially at these two women who have been mostly with you for the last 24 hours. I know it's stupid to be this mad about this, but I can't help it.
As chairman of World XNG Industries,
So they're going to stand 70 feet apart and mumble at each other. Great.
You know, we're just gonna go down the
I
street
can't
and
hear
get
you.
some pizza from that new pizza place. I heard that they
You-
had pretty
you
good
know
pizza. The
that I can't
pepperoni
hear
was
you, right? Do you
supposedly
hear
pretty
me?
good. And my buddy was telling me that he went down
I
there
don't
last
think you
week.
hear
And
me either.
there's also a donut shop next to the
I mean,
pizza
we're across
place.
the giant road.
Go down there and get like a
There's
sausage
a bunch
roll,
of
pepperoni
traffic.
pizza.
I don't know why you're talking normal.
I assist in the kidnapping of the youth to become experimental patients at the hospital. My payment for this is access to the gene editing drugs for my use, hoping that they will cure me.
Cool. Thanks for catching us up, Neil.
Again? What are you doing here? Get the hell out of here!
Maybe you didn't hear him. He said, "Get the hell out of here, idiot." I think the biggest thing I'm confused about here is that he seems to be hastily stealing these meds, when 18 seconds ago he just told us that his payment for, I guess, kidnapping these patients that are already at the hospital was these meds. So, like, go to the pharmacy and get a fresh batch, dude. What are you doing?
She was fine a few.
Start the damn line sooner, though. Now, look, I'm not saying every skit I've ever done that involves a green screen is perfect. I can say there have been at least a dozen times that I've reshot something that I really didn't want to reshoot because I couldn't fix the green screen in editing. And I'm just a small YouTuber in my room making dumb videos. This dude requested and received funding from other people to make this movie, so it actually blows my fucking mind that he was willing to let this shitty work end up in the final product. Like, I'm not surprised the movie is shitty, obviously. But I just can't imagine taking money from someone to make something and then giving negative shits about the quality of what I made with their money. Are people having sex off screen? What the hell's going on here?
Never put a single thought of weakness into the flourishing mind of the patients.
Who you talking to, Neil? Is there a twist at the end of the movie where you actually end up being a patient here? Are you trying to Shutter Island us? Say something. This is one of those Neil Breen trademarks where he'll just keep putting scenes in the movie that make no sense at all, have zero context, and will never be explained. We just occasionally have to watch this dude mash on the keys of that keyboard and live the rest of our lives never understanding why.
You again? Why are you here?
Just here to help you.
I don't want your help. I don't want your help.
So get the fuck out of there, dude. He doesn't want your help. You're a patient. Like, you know, dude, he's not even pretending to have any idea what's happening. What are we supposed to think is happening here? It's very obviously an empty syringe with no needle that's going into nothing. So what does it mean? This dude pisses me off so goddamn bad, man. It's ridiculous.
Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?
Me, every time I watch a Neil Breen movie.
I can't take this anymore.
Also me, every time I watch a Neil Breen movie.
I'm gonna kill myself. I can't take it anymore.
Also me, every time I watch a Neil Breen movie. Wow, look at the way he sneaks through that wide open space in the middle of the day. Is he some sort of ninja?
Oh my god.
I actually refuse to believe that anyone is that bad of an actor. He has to be directing these people to act poorly on purpose, right? Like, were you just created in a lab a week before shooting this movie? Do you actually have no idea how humans behave? Like, part of me's hesitant to say stuff like that because if she is really trying, I'd feel really bad about making her feel bad about her effort. But I genuinely can't wrap my head around the idea that any human being is that far detached from the behavior of human beings. Especially someone acting in a movie. You didn't accidentally end up in a movie. You're striving to be an actor if you're in a movie. So how did this happen?
I've done this before. I know it can work.
Love this old dude just stalking the doctor around the hospital. Really wanting to know what his money's being used for. Not gonna happen though, Hubert. Not gonna happen.
I've created a cover story for you. The flow of patients for the gene editing testing program will continue.
Establishing shot mid-conversation is an interesting choice, but go off. We don't need to see you walk the entire length of the hallway, Neil. We don't need to see it. We can infer. Just take a few steps and go to the next scene. Dude, his walk pisses me off so bad. Did he come in through that window? Why was he under there?
The only way of finding the limits of the possible is by going beyond that into the impossible.
We're 46 minutes into the movie, by the way.
No.
46 minutes of this. Roughly halfway. This doesn't make any sense. He said he had a deal. Why is he sneaking around the hospital snatching up used medical supplies?
Oh, get off me! Hey, get off me!
And here we go again with the limb grabbing. I don't know how we've made it this far without talking about this, but what the hell is that scream?
Hey, get off me!
Like, actually, what is it? And why is it the same exact clip every single time? Were there not 2 male screams in the copyright-free audio library you used? Did the free trial not cover more than 1 scream?
Get over here, I need your help.
No, I'm tired.
Get over here, you're my medical assistant.
No, I'm tired.
I want to understand what's going on at this place so bad, and Neil just will not allow it. Are they patients or employees? And why all of a sudden is she so brave and defiant? We just had to watch 4 different scenes of her having a breakdown about how afraid she was of it all. Now she's yelling and throwing boxes around like she thinks nothing could happen to her. And again with this woman talking to everybody like she's their mean mother.
Get over here now.
Like, what in the actual hell is going on here?
What am I? Who am I? What am I? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? What am I?
Where am I? What just happened to me?
You might have got popped in the face by that woman you just bowed up at. Oh my God.
We've taken in 6 new patients this week. We've lost 2.
We can't afford to lose any. Patients are money.
It's my money too.
What are you doing here? Get out of my operating room!
Honestly valid. How many times do you need to be told not to come in here?
How long are they going to keep me in here, man? I mean, I can't survive in the real world. I wouldn't last 2 days. I'm a weak person, man.
Okay, then I guess based on your admission just now, we're probably going to keep you in here forever. They're the ones standing directly under the chandelier, and they are by far the grayest people in the room.
That's not good enough. It's my damn money.
I've been trying to figure out a way to describe this for a while. I think I got it. Neil's acting is like somebody kidnapped him and forced him to be in a movie. Like right off screen, there's somebody with a gun pointed at his head, forcing him to act these scenes out.
As an officer of the law, I'm very concerned about the safety and well-being of all of our citizens.
Well, as a member of the corporation, I assure you that we take the safety of our research very seriously.
As a cashier at McDonald's, sometimes a homeless guy that lives outside comes in and poops in our bathroom, and I'm not cleaning it up. You fire me if you have to.
Well, as the director of the hospital, I can assure you that the welfare of our patients is my #1 responsibility.
We have heard there may be some concerns about the patients.
Wait, what was that guy's job? How am I supposed to follow the story if I don't immediately know his occupation?
As a police officer, the health and safety of the patients is of the utmost importance to me.
Is she not the patient we saw with the bloody eye a few minutes ago? And also sitting in the hallway rubbing her walking boot? What is she doing here?
We've been investigating those guys for months.
As the police officers, we've been investigating them for months.
Let's get a strike force team ready so we can move on this operation immediately.
Are they in heaven?
The patients deserve the best that we can give them.
What's he doing up there? He's the judge too?
Yet we can and will help them.
No fucking way he used the same applause footage from the beginning of the movie. Not even Neil would do something like that, right?
I really don't know where they're taking them, but I think it may be near the hospital or in the hospital.
What? Did you guys see that tiger ghost?
Hey, get off me! What are you doing?
I actually need another break from this. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, let's get back to it. Man, I didn't take a long enough break. What is the context of the carousel? Hey, lady. Why are you picking up what is very obviously a human skull? Don't do that. I just imagine Neil being like, I'm going to put in a scene where she wanders outside and picks up a human skull, and then she's just suddenly laying down being dragged somewhere. But then she's just immediately back on her feet, and she still has the skull. And somebody overhears him and is like, Neil, that doesn't make any sense. What does that have to do with anything? And Neil's like, it's right after the carousel scene where the ghost tiger lady shows up and all the statues show up. And the person's like, yeah, I also wanted to talk to you about that scene. And then Neil's like, and also I have superpowers. And I'm probably going to make the blonde doctor hug me on her knees outside at some point in the movie. And the other person's like, well, yeah, obviously. And then Neil takes a drink from a baby's bottle and goes back to beating on the keys on a turned off laptop.
The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to become.
Neil, can you shut up? We're trying to sleep.
Good night, sweet princes and princesses.
Neil, shut the fuck up! But the grass, Neil. The grass. Okay, so you've heard me say before, there's nothing I can say to prepare you for what's about to happen. I've said it in this video, I've probably said it in my other Neil Breen videos, and it's been mostly true. But like, for what's about to happen, I could tell you what's about to happen, and it would bring you no closer to understanding it. If I gave you 100 guesses, you would not guess what's about to happen in this movie if you don't already know. So get ready, and just understand this is probably gonna piss you off, and there's just nothing that can be done about it, okay? So are you ready? Wrong. The answer was no. The correct answer was no, but we've got to do it anyway. Yeah, it's a dance number. In this movie that spans multiple songs. Also, two of the people there are just obviously two of the people from the movie with wigs on. But like, why? We recognize the patients. Is everyone here supposed to be patients and he didn't want to hire 2 more people for this? This leads me to believe it's supposed to be part of the story somehow, because why else would it matter if we recognize those 2 women being a part of it? And here are the ghost statue things. Now, I hate this. I hate this a lot. It is very possible that I've never hated anything more. That lasted about 2 minutes, which might not sound like a long time, but you know what? You go watch the whole thing if you're so tough.
Where's patient Amy?
And then we're just like right back in the movie. So was that part of it? Was that canon? Or was it a weird little intermission for literally no reason at all? As is the case with most of what happens in a Neil Breen movie, we'll never know.
Where is she?
Where is she? I definitely don't know that she was out there dancing because I definitely wasn't out there dancing. I don't even own a wig.
Am I dreaming? Where am I? What just happened to me?
Is this a reaction from the dancing? There is no version of activities with those 2 items that results in anything productive happening. You will not get liquid out of that vial with that giant fucking syringe that doesn't even have a needle on it. Oh my God, this is actually pissing me off. Like, respect us a little bit, dude. How stupid do you think everybody is? Like, maybe this is annoying me more than most because I worked in the medical field, but I truly don't believe you need medical training to understand that nothing is fucking happening here. So why doesn't he understand it? Why doesn't he? That's 100% not Neil, by the way. He hired a stunt double for that part only. So I did a music video with some people one time that someone else was editing. There's context here, just stick with me. And basically they needed me to rap my verse in front of a green screen so that they could work with it in editing. And it was my understanding that I wouldn't be on screen until literally the second my verse started. So I hit record, hit play on the track, got into position, waited for the few seconds until my part started, and then rapped it and sent it over, right? And the person that edited the video ended up using like basically the whole recording that I sent them, instead of just the part where I started rapping on. So there's this weird few seconds in the music video where I'm like not in character, right? I'm like waiting. And it's just kind of this weird little moment in the music video. I tell you that story to say that it seems like that's what Neil has done to these people, where it's like they're not even acting yet when they're put on the screen. And we see them sort of turn it on. It even seems like she kind of started and then hesitated and restarted. And how does that end up in the movie? For our little music video, I get it. Maybe you don't want to ask me to redo the whole thing. Maybe at the time you didn't even know you needed a little extra footage of me before I started my verse. Like, whatever. But this is a movie where you took money from people to make it. So what the fuck, man? It's actually bothering me that he took money from people to make this. I mean, on one hand, you have to know what you're getting yourself into if you give Neil Breen money to make a movie. But like, damn, bro. Could you act like you care a little bit? So wait, there are monsters in the hospital also? Okay, that's long enough. Move on to the next scene. Oh my God, dude. The last 40 minutes of this movie have just been him cycling through different versions of the same 3 scenes. Why is he doing this to me? Just get on with it, man. Tell the story. End the movie. I'm begging you. Why are they hugging? Why the fuck are they hugging? And action.
Everyone's gone?
Help me. Help. Help me. Help.
Couldn't even be fucked to actually put a pill in his mouth. And people gave him money to do this. I really just can't get over it. So, like, I guess they're a thing now, but we literally got not one single detail as to how that happened. Zero development through the movie as to why they would have become a thing. And of course, he's kissing her and putting his dirty old fucking body on her. And there it is. The patented let's get on our knees and hug outside move. I actually hate this dude. I want to make that very clear. That's not a bit. I really think he's a creep. You can't just write into your movies that you get to hug and kiss and put your hands all over the pretty women with absolutely no reason for it. Nothing in the story suggests this should be happening. He just inserts these scenes where he gets to do this. You don't get to do that without being labeled a creep.
My AI systems are failing me, and my physical disintegration is proceeding.
Thanks for catching us up. I guess we can move on to the next scene now.
Never put a single thought of weakness into the flourishing mind of the patients.
Neil Booger-Nose Breen strikes again. So gray.
She's meeting with Cade now. And they know.
Ah, nice. Give us the establishing shot for being in the big city office to set up that we're still in the mental hospital.
They are coming for you, my warriors. This is what I've been preparing.
Neil, you gotta stop doing this while we're sleeping.
You're one of them! You bitch!
Oh, shit.
You must be stupid! How many times do I have to tell you? Get out!
Dude, I'm saying, I'm honestly 100% on the doctor's side on this one. This dude is obviously the most mentally ill person here. He absolutely needs to stay in here. Probably under more security. He just choked a man to death and laughed like a Batman villain. He's gonna be a real problem.
The gene editing experiment is going well. Patients are money.
Oh no, you do not hurt my warriors. Damn, we need to make this an even fight.
Wait a minute, did he just...
Damn, we need to make this an even fight.
He actually did. He really, really did. Do you guys see why I'm so pissed off yet? You really couldn't be fucked to say it twice? That's actual insanity. So I'm editing the video now, and I actually didn't realize until I've gotten this far into the editing process just how many times in this movie he does this, where he reuses something he recorded. Whether it's himself saying a line or himself giving a reaction or someone else doing something. Obviously, all of the fight scenes, but it's almost like I think he filmed everything he needed for this movie in like a couple of hours, and he's just plopping stuff down in over green screens. Like it's so much more low effort than it initially seemed, and I'm just like pissed off all over again. But I just wanted to mention while I was editing this that like how. I wish I had. I'm not going to go back and do it because I don't want to watch this movie again. But I wish I had counted how many times he repeated footage, or like actually repeated footage, the exact same footage. I wish I had counted how many times he does it, because it's, man, if I invested money in this movie even as a joke, I feel like I'd still be pissed off. Even if I did it as a joke, I'd still be pissed off. But I don't know. I just felt compelled to mention that if you go back and watch this again, or if you go watch the movie yourself, try to keep an eye out for just how many times you see the same footage of him or someone else over and over. It is unacceptable to call this a movie. Damn it, dude, I actually can't handle this again. He cycles through the same footage we saw earlier in the movie of everyone doing their fighting moves for like 2 minutes, and we're not going to watch it again because I'll flip this desk. She almost laughed. She almost laughed. Take it again, Neil.
They know. They know all about you.
Yeah, shake her harder. That'll show her. If you were wondering, this is actually the worst fight scene ever recorded. Well, second worst. We're almost done, guys. I promise we're almost done. Almost done, but not before he fades to black mid-war. Just in the middle of a giant brawl, and we're gonna fade to black. Oh, wait, never mind, we're back. And would you look at that? Everyone is down except Neil. Fucking okay, dude. Move it along.
What happened? We got a 911 call. They said there was a big fight and there are bodies everywhere. Where are they?
Where are the bastards?
Yeah, where are those bastards that we, the police, heard about on the 911 call about the fight with all the bastards?
Chief, there's nothing here for you.
Also, the patient that just choked that doctor to death is about to sneak out of here in a security uniform, and he has a gun. It's gonna be bad. Move it the fuck along, Neil!
Cal, where have you been? I knew you were here. I could feel your presence. I'm so ashamed.
You absolutely should be ashamed. He's killing me with the fades to black because I keep thinking it's over and it's just not. It's just never over. It's never gonna end. Couldn't let us get out of here without one more on the knees hug, huh? It's actually never gonna end. It's like I'm stuck in a wormhole or something.
The time has come. My time has come. The time is now.
Okay, I think it might actually be almost over. I forgot every Neil Breen movie has to end in a field with his love interest for some reason.
I will never forget you. I will never forget them. They will never forget us.
You'll never forget me. I'll never forget that tiger. The tiger will never forget her car keys. An elephant never forgets.
I'll be right here.
Oh, will you fucking T? Are we serious right now? He even says it like E.T. Is he really gonna get away with this? Again, I didn't edit in the freeze, and I have no idea why he did. Just totally unnecessary.
They will never forget us.
I actually can't remember the last time I physically cringed as hard as I do every time he kisses her. It's actually physically painful. God damn, what is happening? Just end it! Just end the movie! Oh, it's finally over, guys. We did it. I know I've said this about basically every Neil Breen movie I've covered on the channel, and I'm gonna say it again. And it will continue to be true. That is, without a doubt, the worst movie that's ever been made. There's not a single redeeming quality through the entirety of this film, and I firmly believe we're all worse off having seen it. Remember that thing I said at the beginning about being stronger at the end of this? I lied. It was all a lie, and I'm not sorry. Subscribe if you think you can handle it. Bye.